Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Oshinoko episode number 10 reaction. So the previous episode, what happened is that we got a new member in the newbie Komachi. Obviously she's Memcho and she has joined. She had a little bit of like an interview, like had to give a little bit of an interview to Miyako, and we got to know that she's actually hiding her age. We also got to know her backstory about her mother, how she worked a lot so that she could attend school, but then she fell sick. So her dream of being an idol wasn't able to be fulfilled because she had to work, and then the age limit went away and she's like, yeah, I cannot do it. And then she became YouTubing, like first I think she did TikTok first, I think she said that. And TikTok, then YouTube and all that stuff. And like now she finally has gotten another opportunity. So yeah, after all of that she meets the other two, that is Ruby and Arima. And yeah, then they start kind of preparing. We get to see Arima's whole little, I guess you could say, like the whole situation where she's a little bit like angry, I guess you could say, and sad as well towards Aqua. That's why they are not able to kind of converse properly. She's kind of just like brushing him aside and all that. Also, Aqua gets to know more about his mother, I, and we get to know that I was from La La Lai, the theater, the one where Akane is. And that guy said that I'm going to let you introduce you to the person who's the leader of there, so that you can ask that person more questions. And in the end we get to see how Arima is kind of hard on herself because she's like a perfectionist. From a very young age she has always been like judged by other people, so she's like too much of a perfectionist. So she says like, I cannot sing, but in the karaoke you can see that she has like 97 marks, so she's the best person to be their leader, I guess you could say, or the person in the middle, of their idol group. The one in the middle is usually like the leader, the focus falls on them. So yeah, anyways, let's see what happens in this episode, episode number 10, the penultimate episode of the season. So yeah, let's begin. I'll be putting the subtitles on the timer here, sync it to whichever is your preference, and let's get started. Right, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Hmm. All right, there you go. Oh boy, she is not happy. uh, yeah, but oh my god. Wait, do they not know that she? I think they don't know that she got 97. Yeah, but they did listen to the song, so she kind of know. What? But that was a nice song. What happened? Really? Okay, that's weird. I guess not all the time, even if it's like a nice song, not necessarily people will buy it. I don't know. Oh. E- yeah. Mm. But there we go. She'll be the center now. Yep, she's the center. There you go. She's probably like, I cannot let these two be the center in no way. Oh my god. Wow. uh, mm. But she doesn't want to get judged anymore, you know, like people she has have that like enough throughout her life. Like being in the center, obviously people will just put more focus on her. And she's also the one who'll be singing. Yep, Miyako. Alright. Who? Aqua? No. Oh my god. Wow. Oh really? Oh wow. Oh boy, he'll be like trash. Okay, let's see. Okay. Okay. Push up. 100 push up. 100 sit up. uh, oh boy. Anima's used to all of this. You can see. Swap possession. Okay. Well, this is the first time they're doing something like this, you know. That's fine. Where did he pop up from? Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, like I said, he doesn't want to get judged constantly. Hmm. Well. Wait, is this Aqua? Oh no. Is this Aqua? Inside the... Or maybe not. He's kind of buff. No, this is not Aqua. I don't know. Is this Aqua? It seems like this is Aqua, isn't it? Yeah, this is Aqua. How the hell would Pierre know all of this? Oh my god, it's Aqua. It's Aqua. Oh god. It's Aqua. Yeah. Okay. It's Aqua. Yeah, I'm like 90% sure now. Oh my god, if the original peon comes in, that'll be funny. Ah, there you go. Ah. Oh no. Yep, it's Aqua. Oh boy, I feel like the original peon is going to come in now. Anytime. Yeah. Both he and his sister. Well, you're doing that now. Kind of. uh, yeah. There you go. Okay. Hmm. Oh, he's in vacation. Oh, is that Leon? I doubt they're going to show his face. The way he actually exactly impersonated. I was just going to mention that because he did a pretty good job. I didn't realize up until the middle of it, and it also makes sense. He's wearing like a tracksuit. If this was Pierre, he would be just shirtless. Yeah, that's true. Mm. Yeah. 30%. That's a very specific amount. Who? Die. Yeah. Well, first time. That's why. Like she's always wanted to be an idol, and I don't think so. I don't know. That might happen. I don't know. No, but be Komachi, I'm sure a lot of people will come. Like, they'd probably be curious as to see what's going on. Then, yeah, like eyes, songs. Oh, that's why she had the dream. Yeah, well, well, kind of wrong about that, but oh boy, here we go. Yo, look at his hands. You'll immediately understand. She's like, wait a minute. Pier one has always been Aqua, but then she'll be like, no, probably not. Yep, that was a shock. Okay, let's see. How is Arima taking this? Where is she? Oh boy. Where's Arima? Oh boy. Oh no, this isn't good. Oh. Oh no, Arima wasn't able to sleep. Yeah. Um. Um. Oh no. Come on. Yeah. Oh, wait, what? Oh, that's bad. Oh no. In the public toilet or something? No, never mind. Oh my god. Ooh, okay. A lot of people. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh. Yeah, well, obviously. Ah. Well, someday, hopefully, Bikomachi is also able to go there. Well, you cannot sleep here. Impossible. So there you go. No, not Daijobu. Yeah. Oh my god. Hmm. Cheaping cheap. A lot of people's jobs. Mm. Oh, we're gonna see. Is this where it's what? It's crazy how this industry is just so freaking weird. Like, look at her. How old is she? It's crazy how adults put so much expectation on literal kids. Like, what is wrong with you guys? Yeah, and she always kind of lied and glossed over her own problems so that other people don't get into problems. Wow, what the hell? Hmm. She did it herself to kind of lower the blow. She's like, ah, yeah, people hate me. What? What's happening? Hmm. Wow. Yeah. She's yeah. She feels like she's letting them down. She thinks like for her failure she'll drag others down. Hmm. Yeah. If you think about it, she is kind of older than her. Hmm. All right, let's go. I think they're ended here. Next episode, final episode, we'll get to see their performance. Yep. Oh, are we going to see the star in her eyes as well? I feel like that might actually happen. Oh, never mind. All right. Pressure. Well, that's an appropriate title for this episode. Excuse me. Hmm. All right. That's it. I think. Yeah. All right. So this was episode number 10. So we get to see more of Arima and like the new Bikomachi, how they're preparing for their like idol concert, the first idol concert, stuff like that. So in the beginning, we get to see everyone is like both Ruby and Memcho's like, oh, our new member who will be in the middle, Arima Kana. Can you introduce yourself? And Kana's like, shut down the camera. I need to talk to you. And you can see, like, obviously you can see that Arima's whole thing is like her whole situation is like it's a bunch of problems that is actually bothering her. Like it's like not only one thing, like it has a bunch of problems. First of all, inferiority complex. She obviously has that because she hasn't been acknowledged by people in her childhood. Number two is the expectation. She wants to keep the expectation for people. Like it's kind of very like unfortunate that she has inferiority complex, and at the same time she has the like she's kind of thinking that she needs to not let people down. These two combination is a very weird and a very bad thing. Like imagine someone having inferiority complex and also them thinking they couldn't let anyone down. That's a very bad combination if you think about it. Like they'll never be satisfied in themselves, and they'll never think that they can satisfy others with their performance, but they want to satisfy others with their performance. But at the same time, she has inferiority complex. She'll never be able to like kind of think in that way. Like it's like a cycle of just a cycle of misfortune. So these two she has. So many other things. She has like high sense of responsibility. She also because she's a senior here, she thinks like Ruby and Memcho, she needs to kind of pull her weight, she thinks, so that they are fine. Also, another thing she has is that she doesn't want them to go through the same situation as her. So again, she doesn't want to let them down. But at the same time, like I said, she has inferiority complex. So that's not really working out. Having inferiority complex and trying not to let others down is a very weird thing. So like so many other things, I can think of so many other like situations that she's struggling with, and like low self-esteem, and since she has never been acknowledged, she's a perfectionist, and she never like is satisfied in like she doesn't have confidence. Again, another reason for that is because she never has been acknowledged by people. From a very young age, people have rejected her. Like so many things she has that is actually being like an obstruction towards her living a normal life, and having so many troubles at the same time. She's like, oh, I cannot do this, but I have to do it because if I don't do it, who will take care of these two? I don't want these two to go through the same path as I have gone through because I know the pain for that. But at the same time, she has so low self-esteem that she doesn't know how to she doesn't know that she thinks that she cannot do it. but at the same time she thinks that she has to do it. And it's like a very bad situation she is in, like in a very complicated situation she is in, and mentally she's struggling with the whole situation. And you can see at first she's like, oh, like I cannot be the middle person, like you guys do it. I've said that I cannot, like, like I cannot sing. And both Ruby and Memcho are like, oh, but like we cannot really, like, sing properly, we tried before. And here Anima kind of says, okay, when they bring up her music video, she says like, oh, like, you found that it's a very dark chapter in my life when I struggled to find a way to make money. And then she says, the sales were laughable enough to make one wet themselves. I really don't understand one thing. How were the sales that bad? Like, even like the karaoke says that her, like, the rating that they gave her was 97 out of 100. Both Ruby and Kimimcho listened to the songs and they both loved it. So I don't understand how can someone's music video, like that music video that both Ruby and Memcho praised, how can that have not enough sales? Is it because of her, I guess, like, how people looked at her, like how people really didn't like care about her and people start talking smack about her and all that? Is that why? That people barely bother to even check her like music video out or something? Like, I don't understand this part, because I think like if, like, it doesn't matter if someone's, like, if someone listens to the song, like obviously it'll, like, if it's a good song, they'll obviously be like, you know what, this is quite good, like, let me buy it or something like that. So it is quite good because both Ruby and Memcho praised it, and like we ourselves kind of listened to it. So why did it not get enough sales? Like, I can't understand this part. I am not really sure. Oh, maybe because I think she says that she kind of like at the beginning her songs were really bad, then it kind of went better or something. Is that why? Okay, let me read. Everyone involved wants to forget that whole episode, and like in no way do I believe that the song that we listened to is a song that the staff member listened to and they were like, oh, I can't, like, this is bad, I don't want to remember this, and I don't want to I want to forget about this. Like, that's what she says. In no way I can believe that song, people said that about that song. Or is it some other song that I think she's okay, let me just read now, maybe I'm misunderstanding something. Okay, Ruby says, the truth is I thought you were off key. Oh, okay, wait, off key in the bell pepper exercises, but you'd gotten really good by your second song and better by your third. This is what I was saying. Is this why? That since at the beginning her songs weren't good, both the staff and the audience were like not really, like, impressed by it. So the subsequent, like, the upcoming, the other songs, like the second one and the third one, when she genuinely got better, people lost interest in her, and even if her song was good, people didn't really buy it. Is that what happened? I think that's probably what happened. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense, because the final song that we heard, I think that was probably the third song, the one we heard in the karaoke. That was really good. I don't think anyone wouldn't buy it. Like, if that was in front of them, they definitely would. Okay, so Ruby says you practiced a lot, didn't you? You worked really hard and tried to meet everyone's expectations. Okay, with a strong sense of responsibility, beat Komachi's center should, and she's like, shut up, I bet you just throw out compliments and I'll give in. And she's like, I cannot do it. Like, how many times you ask me, it's not possible for me. And this part was kind of funny because Ruby's like, alright, you know what? Fine, I'm not going to tell you to be the center. But before that, can you listen to our songs? And they'd sing. Anima's like, alright, I have to do it. Like, they were that bad. She's like, I have to do it, otherwise it'll be a disaster. And she's like, why does this happen to me? And they're like, you see, like, I knew that you were the only one who can help us out in this situation. And Ariman's like, shut up, Mr. Skilled Unskillfulness and Miss Tone Deaf. Boy. Okay, now she's like, alright, you know what, fine. This situation, I think I'll be the best one to do this. Alright, so after that, Miyako comes in and Miyako's like, alright, there you go. So you guys are ready, you know what to do. So yeah, I've gotten someone who can support you. Come in. And in comes Paeon, or obviously Aqua in Paeon's disguise. Now here's the thing. Like, first of all, I should have realized it's Aqua because he wasn't shirtless. But I thought maybe he isn't shirtless because he came from outside. Well, obviously you cannot really walk shirtless in the middle of the street. I don't know. I don't think that's allowed. like the police will arrest you. So I think maybe that's why he's like wearing like a tracksuit, and like I thought that's why. But then I realized, like, oh, if this was Paeon, he would have, like, after coming in, he definitely would have, like, taken off his shirt, because that's what Paeon is. So, it took me a while to realize this is Aqua, and so it's crazy how he impersonated Paeon, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people didn't realize. I realized almost at the middle when like Kana was like speaking to Paeon, and Paeon was like really speaking very like heart to heart conversation with her, and kind of talking about stuff that like in no way Paeon would know about. I was like, oh, is this Aqua? Like, yeah. So that's when I realized. So really good job, Aqua. He nailed the whole impersonation, as Paeon himself says later on that you nailed it. Okay. After that, he's like, all right, your training arc begins. So you have to build your stamina. So like do he kind of tells them to do jogging and stuff. Kind of increasing the stamina. Starts like a little training montage we kind of see, and they're like making plans where they would stand and all that. Like kind of making graphs and stuff. And here we can see Arima's outside, and Arima's like, how are these girls so excited about this? And Paeon or Aqua obviously comes out here, and so Arima's like, oh, I never wanted to be in the center, and Aqua says, but you're a good singer, why are you so against that being the center? So okay, now like I said, obviously we can understand why. First of all, like I said, that she doesn't want others to judge her, because being the center means all the focus will be on her. Second, she thinks that if she is in the center, she's going to bring everyone down, and if she brings everyone down, obviously people will say bad things about the new Bikomachi, and she'll she's thinking that she'll be the one who will be bringing everyone down, and she'll be the reason why the whole thing fails. She doesn't want the girls to go through the same thing that she did. So that's another reason. And also the fact that she also understands that she's probably the only one who can be the center, because these two girls, they cannot sing. So her responsibility is thing is also acting on her. So she doesn't want to do it, but she has to do it, otherwise there's no choice. So that's why she's so frustrated about this whole thing. She says being center means center of the group, right? Not a position for little old me. And Aqua's like, what do you mean by this little old me? I think Arima is pretty amazing. And she's like, oh, like everyone throws out praises like that. What do you know about me? And and Aqua's like, oh, like I know, like you're happier when you work. When the work you're in receives praise than when you do personally. Yeah. Like, remember the drama? That was a drama, wasn't it? Yeah. Where she wanted to kind of make the show better, and she felt so happy when the show actually became better, even though no one was really talking about her. Like that. And then Aqua's like, you also hate bell peppers. Okay, so I feel like at this point I was like, yeah, I think this is Aqua, because in no way can Paeon know that. So how the hell? And Arima's like, wait, you know me? You following me closely? I'm so happy. And okay. Arima's like, are you a fan of me? Aqua's like, yeah. And she's like, ah, no way. Alright, and then she's thinking like, oh, like, you know what? Okay, I still have a fan, huh? Okay. So she kind of talks about a few other things, like, like about the bell peppers and all that, and having like a whole conversation. And Aqua mentions more stuff about chrysanthemum greens and all that, and she's like, oh, you know what? I'm kind of like, kind of enjoying myself talking. And she's like, you know what? Maybe peon is not that bad. And I'm like, yeah, this is Aqua, definitely. And okay, so still at this point I wasn't that confirmed, but when like what's his name, what's her name, I think Ruby, I think, who's the one who says that? No, Memcho. When Memcho says like, oh, I had the impression he was more buff, but in person he was kind of slim, I'm like, okay, I'm 100% confirmed, like, like confirmed now, that is Aqua. So there you go. And yeah, so after that we can see, like, like them kind of like, practicing, like, peon or aqua here, helping them out even more. And all right, so here here Memcho talks about aqua a little bit. And I was like, yeah, like, like that aqua, like, he's a peon is not like that, like aqua's a brat, like I hate aqua. And Memcho's like, wait, you know Aqua from when you were a kid? And she kind of talks about it. She's like, yeah, he was a lot better previously, and now he's like he acts calm and collected. He lacks common sense, insensitive, low key perv. Like Aqua's like that. He was so much better when he was young. When I met him, like I couldn't forget about him for so many, like, years. And now that I've met him now again, he's become a brat. I hate it. And Mim's like, ah, okay, all right. Okay. After that, Memcho's confused, and Memcho's like, what's going on? Why is she getting so overexcited? Alright, so now obviously it's out. We can see that from the outside, like, like Aqua's standing there and talking to the original Peon. And Peon's like, oh, like, like, are you doing a good job? And he's like, yeah, I'm doing it. And Peon asks him, like, why not use your own self to go and talk to her? And he says like, oh, because, like, she won't listen to me. She's very stubborn. And I think you being the one who, like, tells her would actually work. And the original Peon is like, you know what? I think even if you tell her, it'll work. But yeah, like, it's fine, like. And still, was doing this necessary, even without disguising yourself as me? And he says like he won't listen, but then he says like, yeah, but I think she will. And Aqua says, yeah, but you know what, I'm actually rather feeble. Because yeah, I guess, like, like in that in the previous episode, when Aqua was like, when Arima talked to him like that, Aqua was like, oh, like, like, you do understand that, like, even if you, like, like, you're kind of a foul-mouthed, like, kid, but still, if you talk to me like that, I'll also kind of, like, feel hurt about it. So I guess that's why he didn't really want to go into that whole argument and the whole, like, like that whole thing. So he wanted to, in a discreet manner, kind of help her out. So that's what he's doing. All right. Now, after that, you can see that at night, they're kind of just kind of like, they're Memcho's asleep while Ruby and Arima's talking. Arima's like, go to sleep, Ruby. You're good. Tomorrow you won't be able to properly give your all because you're not sleeping. Sleeping actually, like, helps a lot in these type of situations. And she's like, why are you so excited? And she kind of, like, Ruby kind of talks about her past life. Obviously, she doesn't really mention that, but she kind of talks in a way that it seems like it's her backstory. So she's like, oh, like, I was like, kind of like a shut-in. I wasn't really doing much stuff. I was just very, like, just there sitting down, looking outside the window, without any thrills, without any excitement, just there, like just rotting away. But then when I got to see, when I became an idol otaku, my life changed. Like my life became uh, more vibrant. Like I loved it. And she says, like, life is nice when you have an Oshi. And she's like, obviously, she's like, it gives you motivation and stuff like that. And then she also says that there was another person that I liked, and he told me that if I became an idol, that he'll become, no, I'll become her Oshi. No, wait, I'll become his Oshi. Yeah, no, wait a minute. Yeah, I'll become his Oshi. Okay, I'm kind of mixing stuff. Yeah, I'll become his Oshi. So she's like, yeah, and that's why, like I have this dream. And I, here's the thing, I never realized this was the reason. Like up until now, I thought that she wanted to be an idol because of I. Like, okay, she kind of tells here, ever since then, no, wait a minute, let me go back a little bit more. Okay, he told me that if I ever become an idol, he would be my fan. Ever since then, I've always dreamed of being an idol. All right, this whole this whole part of the conversation. So it's kind of interesting because I don't know why, but I just assumed up until now that she wanted to be an idol because of I. Now it kind of makes sense. Like like if you think about it, it makes sense. This actually makes more sense because just imagine a scenario where you are like like watching someone, like be your favorite movie star, or like like favorite idol. Let's just take favorite idol. You're watching your favorite idol on on television, and you become a big fan. You're like, oh, like, and I love this. There's like 80% chance of you just staying a fan, and the remaining 20% of chance that you might actually be like, oh, you know what, I also want to be an idol. Very rare chance. Like how many people watch stuff on television, or like gets motivated by something so much that they actually want to become that? I'm sure everyone watches movie, do like everyone has like a favorite actor or actress. Looking at them doing their like thing, like how many people think that, oh, I also want to become an actor? Very rare amount of people. So if you think about it like that, it kind of makes sense. However, what happened is that when when Aqua, I'm going to call him Aqua because I forgot his previous his previous life's name. I forgot the name. Aqua, when Aqua said that, oh, obviously to give her motivation to live, he was like, oh, if you become an idol, I'll be your fan. She got that motivation and got that that thing, that what's that word, the desire of becoming an idol. So this makes so much more sense. Like when she became Ice fan, and that was it. She definitely was going to stay her fan if Aqua never told her that. When Aqua told her that, she kind of got motivated to actually becoming an idol. From a fan, he wanted to be an idol as well. And yeah, this makes way more sense than her just watching watching I and thinking that, oh, I also want to become an idol. Like, I'm not saying that that doesn't happen. Yeah, that happens. Obviously, there's a few people who actually get so motivated looking at these like idols, be them actors, actresses, that they also want to become like them. Yeah, that happens, but kind of rare. Like majority of the people, they just stay a fan. They watch the thing and they're like, oh, I love this, and that's it. Like, and obviously they don't want to become that person or go to that profession. Very rare amount of people. So I'm not really saying that it never happens. It happens, but it's rare. So this kind of makes sense now. And she's like, oh, I wonder where oh, I wonder where Sensei is. Oh boy, I do wonder if someday she'll realize that Aqua is actually like her sensei. And Aqua, I feel like the possibility of Aqua realizing that Ruby is actually that girl is more than Ruby realizing that Aqua is her sensei. I feel like that's a bigger problem because Aqua's quite smart. Like I feel like he might actually someday actually realize that. But not really sure about Ruby if she'll realize unless and until Aqua actually tells her. Okay, so alright, so after that she kind of goes to sleep and Anima's like, oh, so you also have someone you protect who will support you, don't you? And she's like, oh, I wish I had someone like that. And like, and she's like, there's no one who sees me as I am now. Well, yeah, I don't like I said, like, and obviously Aqua's kind of like, like, I guess you could say Aqua himself said that I'm your fan. So there you go. Now after that, she kind of goes down to kind of, I don't know, like go to the toilet or whatever, like drink some water or whatever. I'm not really sure what she was going down for, but she goes to the almost goes to the kitchen, and this part was funny because at first she was like, wait a minute, he's taking off his mask, so I'm going to see Pion's face, and she like just goes back and she kind of peeks, and then she sees Aqua, and she's like, what the hell? Now, obviously, this part must have been so confusing for her because at first she probably definitely thought that, wait a minute, was Pion Aqua all along? But then obviously, then she'll realize that no, that's impossible because Pion is so buff. That in no way is that Aqua. Like, so he actually like switched with Pion. Like, she literally says this words later on the next day, and she's like, but then why? Just so that she can motivate me. Okay. Anyways, next day we get to see Ruby and Mimcho's like excited. They're like, yay! Like we can do this. Like everyone's getting nervous and everything. And they're like, we had a nice night's sleep. Arima herself said that if you don't get enough sleep, it'll all mess everything up. So we're ready. But Arima's not here. You can see Arima's a little bit in the back, kind of just all like tired and everything because she never got any sleep because she was thinking of the whole Aqua situation. So yeah, I think like this is what she says. Here we go. Like, was Aqua always Pion? But then she said like, but no, he's not even that much muscular. Did he swap places? But why? So that I would take the lesson seriously. Was the way he was kind to me also a lie? Okay. Now all that stuff she's thinking. So now she was like, all right, I need to go to the the dressing room, kind of go to get a little nap or something. But then they realize that the place they're supposed to stay is like a lot of people are there, a lot of people who will be performing because it's like a public place, like a lot of idols, be them other people, singers, maybe dancers, they're all here to show what they can do. So it's like packed with everyone. It's like a kind of like a public place. So in no way can she get a proper sleep over here. So Arima is just good lord, like what the hell is this? And Meow kind of explains that, oh, this place is like for everyone. However, actually good people whose stuff sell, famous idols and all that, they actually get like private rooms and stuff. And yeah, but unless and until you're able to reach that position, you have to make do with this. Nothing we can do about it. And yeah, so Miyako kind of comes to Arima and Miyako's like, oh, is everything okay? He's like, I'm fine. I can do it. Who else can carry and these two kind of carry them and make the whole thing better. I'm fine. I can take care of it, and I can also take care of these two as well. So it's fine. And again, taking the whole responsibility on her because she thinks that obviously the whole situation, she wants to not let them down. So yeah. And she says it falls on me to do something or the other. With 17 years experience as an entertainer, I have to lead those cheating chicks. But then she's also thinking, if I fail, everyone fails with me, and that is making her fearful because she, with her low self-esteem, she thinks she's going to fail, and if she fails, she thinks she'll be dragging everyone down with her, and if that happens, she doesn't want the two girls to go through the same situation she went through. So it's a very like stressful situation. She doesn't know what to do. It's like a weird situation where she cannot really like go back, and at the same time she cannot really move forward. Like a very weird situation. And here we kind of get a little bit of a snippet of her backstory. I think she was like a kid here. She was giving audience as a child actor, and she says like disappointed eyes say that's all she's got, huh? Staff in the street clothes who mingle in it to make it appear the seats are a bit less empty. Wow. Hmm. Now, okay, the agony of an entertainer who cannot meet expectations. Now, it's crazy to see how like is this like I don't understand one thing. Is this really what happened? Like I can understand the idol industry and the like like the industry where like obviously idols are people who are at least like of like a like kind of like teenagers like young adults. They're the ones who are idols, you know. And I can understand the whole toxicity and the whole like situation in idol industry being that bad. I can understand that. I can understand like like other like like these type of showbiz like like showbiz situations, this industry, like being like this. I can understand. But even in like she's a child actor. How old is she? 7, 8? Even at that age, is this really this harsh? Like I genuinely cannot wrap my head around that. I can, like I said, I can kind of like, it's still weird, but I can kind of see like the idol industry being like this, like like because at least the people participating in that are at least of some age, like 15 or 16 years old. They're not 8 or 7 years old. At that age, even if it's messed up, I can still kind of see the whole situation. But literal children, even for them, is it this harsh? Is it this bad? Like I cannot really wrap my head around it, because Arima here is I think she's probably like 8 years or 7 years old. And the way people were looking at her, like judging her as if like she's like an adult or something, like, oh, she cannot do it, so disappointed face, is it that harsh in this, like, like I said, I literally cannot wrap my head around the fact that someone could be this harsh towards a child who is trying her best. I cannot wrap my head around it. Like, these people have no empathy, like, yeah, I understand, it's their profession. These people, they're like professionals, they like, yeah, but still, like basic human decency and empathy, like like a human heart. How old are these kids? 6 to 7 years old, and you're acting as if like like I don't know, like in like a very professional and a very like like over the top manner. You're kind of judging them, and like I don't know. I cannot wrap my head around the fact that literal adults could be this like like harsh towards a child who is trying their best. I cannot wrap my head around that. It's impossible for me. I cannot even think of a situation like this. And you can see how like like nobody's like buying anything from her, and then like the, the people, like the staff members, the like the agency like people, when Anima was like going and asking them to like take her in as a child actor or whatever, they were like, oh, we cannot, we're an agency for child actor, as you know. Oh, I think her age was like, oh, I think her age, okay, she comes and she's like, do you have any jobs for me? I'm open to anything. And this person is like, we're an agency for child actors, as you know, you don't get any job. Okay, there you go. So she kind of like, her age kind of increased here, so she cannot. Yeah, so this is the whole like situation. Now, you know what, I feel like at an age like 6 or 5 years old, where this whole child actor business and actress business is going on, I think like at that age, if any child tries to act or like like go into these type of situation, they should do it for fun, not because of like like I can understand adults and like teenagers actually like going in these type of like acting business and these showbiz like things, actually being serious and like like them trying to like earn money or maybe like make a future for themselves. I can understand that, like teenagers, young adults doing that, I can understand. At and at an age of 5, 4, 6, do do children really need to go in these type of like like things with that mentality of an adult? In no way is that possible. So I don't know, I think at that age, if you do something like this, do it for fun, you know because like at that age, I don't think anyone should do anything with the mentality of an adult. In no way can you like expect a 6-year old to have the same mentality and like the same way of like doing things that an adult would do. It is impossible. So at that age, I feel like if someone is in this adult like in this acting business, they should do it for fun. Yeah, after you grow older, after you actually become like like at least like 15 to 16 years of age, when you can like proper make decisions for yourself, then you will be like, all right, you know what, do I want to continue this or do I don't want to continue this? Then you become serious. Yeah, that is fine. So I don't know, that's what I think. Like maybe I'm wrong, I'm not really sure. But yeah, like seeing how like these people, like these people who are like like in this whole like child acting business, the way they're acting like as if like they're like some like professionals and all, and acting as if they would act was an adult with a literal 5-year-old or a 6-year-old, it's weird. I don't know, it's weird. And even if at this flashback that we see, where we get to see this, even if here Arima was kind of like older than she like like then she can like get into child acting business, how old would she be? you know I would say like 11 or 12 years old maximum. That's still a child. you know like that is still a child. So acting like that was like acting like this towards a person like a child, literal child, I cannot wrap my head around that. I cannot wrap my head around the fact how can an adult act like that towards children. How can they be this like professional towards a child? How is that possible? Yeah, if it's an adult in front of you, you can act professional, obviously. It's a child. You're acting too professional towards them. I don't know. Am I naive? Is this what happens in the world nowadays? Like we literally are just, like I don't know. Maybe I'm just not really. Yeah. But anyways, okay. Let's move on. Um. Okay, so here we get to see the mother was also like, "Oh, I'm going to go back to my parents' house. Are you fine on your?" And this thing as well. Like I don't know what her parents' situation is and stuff, but I don't know. Like, but I guess I cannot really like say blame them, because like Arima's whole personality was always keeping stuff to herself, not really expressing them. And like I guess if you don't express your feelings, I don't think even your parents can help you. Like you need to, yeah. But I don't know. Still, it's kind of, I don't know. I really don't know the situation, so I cannot really comment on this. But here you can see like her mother's like, oh, I'm thinking of returning to my parents' place. You'll be fine on your own, won't you? Okay. I gen. How old is she here? She looks maybe like 13 or 12 or 14. I guess she probably has like a person to take care of her. Like actually leaving her alone and going to like her parents' house at that age, I don't know. Anyways, like I said, I'm not really sure because she still looks young here. Like I cannot really make sense of the age of the characters. Like so I think she's like 12 or 13 here. I might be wrong. Maybe she's like 15 or 16. If she's 15 or 16, yeah, I guess maybe your parents can go away, even like like keeping their like kid. But if she's like 12 or 13, I think that's a little bit too young, isn't it, for just leaving her alone in the house and saying that, oh, you'll be able to handle it, won't you? That. But like I said, I don't know, maybe she's a lot older than I think she is. I think she's 12 or 13. Yeah, maybe she's young older than that, and I cannot understand it. And yeah, you know what? I think she's older than that. Yeah, she's probably not 13 or 12. She's probably like 16 or something like that here. Oh, you know what? Wait a minute. I think someone mentioned how old Arima is now. I think I forgot. Someone mentioned it in the comments. Arima, let me check. Age. Wait a minute. Oshinoko. Kana Arima. 17 to 18 years. There you go. Yeah. So currently she's 17 to 18 years, I think. So yeah, I'm guessing she's still like 12 to 13 here, or like 14, maximum 15. Okay, there you go. All right, now after that, you can see that in the TV drama, like the news and all that is coming out, you can see like people are talking about her. It's written, Sweet Today gets adapted into TV drama. Okay, so this is very recent, like the recent drama that we had. This is, at this point, she's like 17 to 18 years old. Adapted into TV drama, Kana Arima as the lead actress. And okay, Anonymous. I'm going to read this. She was an angel when she was little. What? What type of a comment is that? Oh my god. Okay, Anonymous. Does Kana Arima have any value now that she's no longer a child actor? What is this? Oh, okay. How are... Okay. Yeah. Okay. Anonymous. People like the little kid Arima, so she probably has no fans now that she's grown up. She's past her prime. Shit. Yo, I just imagine like I can't imagine someone, these people who are writing these, like, these comments. I'm 100% sure they're like 14-year-old kids. Like, I cannot imagine someone older than 18 like writing a comment like this, because by that time you're supposed to be at least a little bit matured, so I cannot imagine someone being that immature that they're writing comments like this at an age more than 18, like a 19 or 20-year-old person writing a comment like this. I cannot believe it, because half of the time comments like this are actually kids typing stuff. And if it's an actual kid who's like 13 or 14 who's writing a comment like this, that she's past her prime, that's actually hilarious. That is actually hilarious. Like, it's so funny. Like, I it's so funny seeing, like, we see this in Twitter, like people having like so many like brain dead takes, just just pure garbage spewing in the comment section and acting as if they are like they know everything. And then that person is like, oh, I'm 12 years old, and I'm like, what the hell? Like, what? You should be at school, not writing Twitter comments and flaming people on Twitter comment section. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, this is this is the reality. Like, most of the people who write these type of like garbage are kids, because they don't have that basic maturity. Any mature person who writes comment like this, I feel like that's actually pathetic. I doubt the people writing these comments are more than 12 or 13, and it's actually hilarious if a person who's like 12 is writing something like that, like about Arima, is like she's past her prime and stuff. Like, does Kana Arima have any value now that she's no longer a child actor? Stuff like that. Because if a 12 or 13-year-old is writing this, it's actually hilarious, because when Kana was a child actor, this person probably wasn't even born. So that's the thing. But it's so weird that I'm like, how can someone who's like 12 or 13 write a comment like this? But I cannot imagine that a person more than 18 would write a comment like this, because that would actually make them absolutely mature. And I feel like by the age of 18, and you're actually supposed to have a little bit of maturity and a little bit of decency, that you can understand what to do and what not to do, what to write and what not to write. But I guess this is the internet. People are crazy nowadays, like maybe like a 20-year-old is writing this. Who knows? Like, that's actually wild. Oh, the final comment, failed upbringing. Yeah, probably this person was looking at a mirror, while writing this. Uh, all right. After that, you can see that Arima's like, I no longer have any value. Now that I'm not a child actor, she started repeating those bad, things, that those bad comments that he read in the comment section, so that she can lower the blow. Like, she herself says it, so the blow is a lot lower when she looks at the comment section. She herself is like, I don't have any fans, I'm worthless, I don't, I'm not a child actor, I don't have any worth anymore. Like, she says these things to herself, so that when she reads these comments, it hurts a little bit lesser. That type of thing. Continuously puts herself down. Okay. So we can see she's like kind of like stressing about this, and Ruby comes in, and Ruby's like, oh, it's crazy, you like senpai, look, like everyone's there, and I'm kind of getting nervous, and I was like, wait, you seem excited to go. And she's like, oh, but I'm so I'm nervous, come senpai, come with me. And are you okay, you're not nervous? And I was like, I've been doing this for so long, I'm okay. And then Ruby completely changes her tone, and she's like, is this how you lie all the time? I don't think you're you are okay, you're definitely nervous, your hand is freezing cold, you're shaking almost. And then she's like, oh, don't talk to me as if you know anything about me, it's way too early for you to think, worry about me. And and then Ruby doesn't care. Ruby's like, I know you're joking, you're definitely scared, you're trying to put up a brave front, and she's like, oh, I'm actually relieved that now that I realize that you're also kind of nervous alongside me. And then she's like, wait, you're actually more nervous and more scared than I thought. Like, what's going on? It's fine. We'll be there together. Everything is okay. If we fall down, we'll fall down together. Don't worry about it. But she's like, that is the problem. I don't want you guys to go through the same situation that I went through. So I feel the responsibility, but at the same time, I don't have the confidence that I can keep that responsibility up, because people don't like me. Being the person in the middle, I think that this whole thing will fail, because I cannot do anything. People won't like me no matter what. And at the same time, I don't want you guys to fail, because I don't want you guys to go through the same thing that I went through. And yeah, she's like, that is the problem. Up until now, I was alone, so it was okay. But now you guys are also here, and I don't want you guys to fall into the same situation. And Ruby's I love how Ruby here is like, you're just a young girl, senpai. To me, you're just a young girl. It's fine. You're cute and hardworking. You're just another rookie idol. And yeah, I guess she is correct. She is a little kid in front of her, because she's kind of older than her. And she's like, it's fine. It's natural for us to fail. Let's just go and have fun and go for it. Then she grabs her hand and starts kind of pulling her. And in the the changing room, they're getting ready, and Arima's like, all right, you know what? Yeah, let's do this. I'm a rookie idol, Akana Arima. And that is where it ended. So there you go. That was this episode number 10 of Oshinoko. Yeah, we get to know a little bit more about Arima, what's going on in her head, how she's feeling about this, all that stuff. Get to see how Aqua also kind of tries to not cheer, but kind of tries to motivate Arima in a very discreet manner. Obviously, Arima gets to realize that later on. However, Aqua doesn't know that she knows. So yeah, that's another thing. And stuff like that happened, and now in the end, Ruby also motivated her, and yeah, they're ready to they're ready to go and actually show something to the world. So that is it. That is my reaction to episode 10 of Oshinoko. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button and subscribe. If you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed, comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. And that is it. Thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you guys next week with the final episode of Oshinoko season 1. So until then, goodbye and have a nice day.